Welcome, everyone. My goodness me, a blink, and we are at the 24th of July and a new moon in Leo at 2 degrees. And we're just in that window of the exactitude of the new moon. And I'm just really mindful of what a powerful time that we're navigating through. Leo is the sign of the lion, the king. It is a big-hearted energy, and so this new moon just feels to be bringing us into connection with that sort of that heart energy in all of us, and being able to really tune in as to what is true, what is what is real. There's a real sense for me in this Leo moon that there is a calling to a deepening in our pathway of letting go of masks, finding a different voice to our authenticity, our sense of our sovereign selves. Again, we come into the royalty, the Leonine energy. Of course, Leo is currently this Leo moon is currently opposite to Pluto, that is in Aquarius. And as a solar Aquarian, I'm very well aware of the ingress of Pluto into my sun sign. So what is being illuminated here, and what is being called for us to be able to witness our shadow, witness all of the places where we've still got work to do. We've still got refine and align as part of our process. And this Leo moon, this big-hearted moon, really feels to say, have you got the courage? Can you be with the program? Can you be present to everything that is wanting to reveal itself at this particular point in your journey? Many of us that have been walking this path for a very long time, are still working through healing the past storyline or the ancestral storyline that we contracted to come in to heal, and still can see ways that it's still playing out in our relationships, be that family, blood family relationships, or in our spiritual family relationships, our family of frequency. But my goodness, it is an amazing invitation. Many friends of mine that are also have been walking this path for quite some time are really seeking out the most potent colleagues on the healing path that we can weave our magic with, and also to be able to come into the core. If we've talked in the past about peeling this onion skin, layers and layers of our story come down through the ancestral lineage, come along with us through our past lifetimes and our storyline at a soul level. And this really feels to be an intense passage that we are entering in. Today, I've been creating and bringing together an invitation to a pilgrimage, an inner mystic rose pilgrimage journey that I'm offering from the the equinox, the autumn equinox to the spring equinox, and just recognizing the potency of this time, this window of time as we move through the most yin time of the year, as we step into this drawing within. that will take us round to the Saturn Newton and Saturn Neptune conjunction on the 20th of February 2026. And just being mindful of what my team, what my guides are sharing with me of the opportunity that this time offers us in readiness for a new opening, a new beginning, perhaps, in our experience here as humanity. Who knows what the pathway ahead will bring, but the clearer and the more resourced we are, the more graceful whatever it is that comes on the screen of our lives is going to be navigated. So let's have a look and see what the roses might have to offer us as insights for this particular new moon. Hmm. Rose Ma 1. And this rose is a fabulous rose. She's called Crimson Glory. And she called to me at Mottisfont Rose Garden, just outside of Romsey in Hampshire, where they've got an old walled garden that is filled with over 2,000 old English roses, old French roses. Just an amazing place. So this rose is called Crimson Glory. And I think they actually have moved her. The last time I went, they had moved her somewhere else. She wasn't gracing this beautiful old brick wall. But this bloom was bigger than the size of my hand. This was huge. And she said, I am magnetic. I attract to me all that is in resonance with the deepest calling of my heart, for in that is my truth and my power. So this is a really amazing rose to start with on our peep into seeing what the roses might offer us as inspiration or nudges or support or an aha, perhaps. Because their only purpose, their view, they are carriers of Christed light, they are carriers of pure love codes. And what they're doing is nudging us to let go of another layer, let go of another layer. So she's asking you to explore your magnetics. We know it's all about frequency, and it's the frequency of the heart that creates the magnetic that is our attractor factor. So the perfect rose to come in on a Leo new moon. You know, new moons, new beginnings, new opportunities to let go of a part of our journey that is given its all its juice and is ready for something new, a new experience. So let's see what the second rose is that wants to come forward. Rose Angel 9. Now, Rose Angel 9 is obviously one of the Rose Angels, and the Rose Angels are the transformers for the 5 wounds to love of abandonment, betrayal, denial, judgment, and separation. And they sit in the chakra system in the body and can corrupt or affect the healthy vibration and the spin of each of the chakras that they are connected with. But this rose, Rose Angel 9, she sits in the base second chakra, and she is calling us to look at anything that might still be running counter to self-love, self-value, self-esteem. To be able to say, I am worthy, I am enough. So she's soft and she's gentle and she's like angel's wings that she could wrap herself around you. But she is saying, you know, this is important. Self-love, self-value, self-esteem is important. It is what would be the base of Maslow's triangle. It is the absolute foundation on which everything else rises. So I am magnetic and I am worthy. I am enough. See what the third rose is that wants to come forward for this particular reading, this particular Leo new moon. So, Rose Mar 7. So we've had two of the Rose Mar roses this evening. Um, Rose Mar is the mother of the rose. It's a very deep, these are a set of 11 roses in the Rose Oracle and the Rose Alchemy Rose Oracle, my Rose Oracle. So these are all my photographs from different rose gardens around the world, different places that have called me. And this rose says, I am receptive. And it's so interesting, isn't it, that the feminine in particular is programmed to give, whether that's, whether in male body or female body, the feminine aspect of us is programmed to give. And what this rose is saying, and it's very interesting because she's quite yoni shaped, she is a very sensual energy. She says, no, 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 I am receptive. I open to receive. And it's just like the in-breath and the out-breath of God. You can't keep on in-breathing or you can't keep on out-breathing. You have to be able to breathe in and breathe out. So her reminder to you on this new moon and new beginnings is to learn to receive, to be open to receive. And that's not about a giving in order to receive. This is about the nature of being able to step back and receive, whether that's kind words, whether that's a hug, whether that's appreciation. Where is there that you could actually be more open to receive? Because that's a frequency too. And there is something here again that's connected to self-love, self-value, self-esteem. Am I worthy to receive? So many that struggle financially. Is there something in the worthiness to receive? And yet remembering that actually it's the magnetics of the heart which holds, the heart holds a complete spectrum of vibration that is the sum total of our conscious and our unconscious behaviors and frequencies. And so actually, is there anything that's blocking your receptivity? And do you need to look to see if there is something here around self-love, self-value, self-esteem that wants to be alchemized so that you can be fully magnetic? So, and we're going to look and see if there is one of the rose dragons that might have some extra insight for us with these three energies. So I'm dowsing with my trusty pendulum. Um, okay. We've got Celestial Rose Dragon 3, which is one of the beautiful, there's 13 Celestial Rose Dragons in the Rose Dragon set. And they set as a crown of 12 stars connected into the soul star. Just in the same way that the elemental rose dragons are connected into the earth star. But this rose, this beauty, she's actually a rose called Litchfield Angel. And she says, I am compassion, sacred. This is a sacred power, the sacred power of compassion. And this is such a beautiful, beautiful energy to be working with. And what is this piece here around self-compassion, having a kindness to ourselves or a compassion for another, because we know that we have not walked in another's moccasins. So this is a beautiful, beautiful reading for, I'm going to try and get something on one side or another, for this new moon in Leo, that we are able to hold our alignment, hold that sense of sovereignty, of royalty. Interesting, these sit as a crown of 12 stars, and we are into this Leo, this king, queen energy. But there is something here about each step on the path here, taking us deeper into the connection of sovereign self. And it's a beautiful journey that we are on. So I hope that that has been an interesting and insightful reading for you. And what else have I got to say? There is live on my website a 5-week journey with the elemental rose dragons, working with the elements connected in with the body and with our inner alignment to the pineal gland, the inner column of light, that the rose dragons are helping us to find that sense of strength and resource in our physical bodies. So there's a 5-week journey, as I say, with the elemental rose dragons, and that starts on the 14th, I think it is, of August. And you might like this little image. This is the elemental rose dragons in the outer corners here, and these are the celestial rose dragons. And you can see here, this was the celestial rose dragon with the sacred power of compassion sitting in this circle. So, as I say, that one's on the website, and I have it on good authority that the pilgrimage, winter pilgrimage journey will be live for registration, hopefully on Sunday. But we shall see. But it's all feeling like it's a really exciting new offering that I'm bringing forward this time. I tuned in to, what was the next step? What did the roses want for this next step on the way of the rose that I've been walking on for the last 15 years? And that's what they said. The word that came very clearly was pilgrimage. And I sat with that, and then they started to drop in the vision of how that wants to be shared. So it's a really exciting new journey. Here we are, our 3 roses from the Rose Oracle. I am magnetic, self-love, self-value, self-esteem, and I am receptive. And the beautiful celestial rose dragon of the sacred power of compassion. Much love, and bye for now.